Let's look at this problem. This problem contains solid fractions. So I am going to work this problem by eliminating the fractions when I multiply each term through by a common denominator. The first step that I'm going to take is I'm going to convert this mixed number to an improper fraction. I have 5/2 plus 1/2 x equals 2. 2 times 10 gives me 20, plus 1 would be 21/2. So I change this mixed number to an improper fraction, plus 7/2 x. Now, I could keep the fractions and just work it like normal, subtract 7/2 x from both sides. I could do it just like normal. But I'm going to work it by eliminating the fractions. I'm going to multiply each term through by the common denominator of 2. I'm going to multiply this whole side by 2 and this whole side by 2. Well, I'm going to work it over to the side so that you see me do it. I'm going to say 2 times 5/2. Now 2's over 1. Well, the 2's would cross reduce or cross divide. 2 divides into 2, 1. 2 divides into 2, 1. So I end up with 1 times 5 is 5, and 1 times 1 is 1, leaving 5 over 1, which is 5. So I end up with 2 times 5/2 gives me 5. Now let's multiply 2 times 1/2 x. 2 times 1/2 x. If you don't like cross dividing, you can just multiply straight across. You get 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2, and 2/2 x. But 2/2 x gives me 1x. So therefore, I end up with plus 1x equals 2. Now let's multiply this whole side by 2. You're saying 2 times 21/2. So I'm going to work it over to the side. 2 times 21/2. Again, if you want to multiply straight across, you can. 2 times 21 gives you 42. And 2 times 2, excuse me, that's 2 over 1. 2 over 1. 1 times 2 gives you 2. And 42 divided by 2 gives you 21. I would have gotten the same answer if I would have cross-reduced these 2's and multiplied straight across. I would have still gotten 21. So I get 21 when I multiply 2 times 21/2. Now let's multiply 2 times 7/2 x. Well, 2 times 7/2 x, 2's over 1. If you multiply straight across, you get 2 times 7's 14, 1 times 2 is 2, and you get x. 14 divided by 2 gives you 7x. So going back to my problem, I get 7x. So you see, I multiplied each term through by 2, and I have eliminated the fractions. Continuing solving this problem, you subtract 7x from both sides. The 7x's cancel. You get 5 minus 6x equals 21. Next, subtract 5 from both sides. Isolate the variable term. The 5's cancel. You get negative 6x equals 21 minus 5 gives you 16. Continue solving. To undo the multiplication, we must divide both sides by that exact number. Negative 6 divided by negative 6 gives you positive 1x. You are not finished until you get a positive 1 in front of x. So I get negative 16/6, but this can be reduced. Divide each one by 2. When you divide each one by 2, you get negative 8 divided by 3. So your final answer to this problem is x equals 2, negative 8/3.